Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond the Table. So sorry it's been so long since we last put a video out, but between the kids' t-ball and summer activities, we just put a pool in. We have just been really busy with family life, but we're going to go ahead and throw ourselves right back into it, and I'm going to show you how I make my chili. First thing you're going to do is you need 2 pounds of ground beef, and you're going to cook those until they're no longer pink. I personally like to use my Dutch oven for it because I can put everything in here and let it simmer. But if you have work that day and you want to dump everything and leave it, you can cook everything up in a little skillet and then dump it all into the crock pot later. After you add your ground beef, you're going to season it all with seasoning salt. Make sure you get it nice and covered. 2 pounds is a decent amount of ground beef. And I like to toss it once and then re-season the other side just to make sure that there's enough. After it's looking like that and all of the pink is gone, you're going to go ahead and dump it. Get all that excess grease out. And just so you guys know, I'm not dumping the grease down my drain. I have this fancy little foil under there to catch it all. My husband would not be happy with me if I was just pouring grease down the drain every time I cooked. After all the excess is shaken off of that ground beef, you're going to want to put that aside and we're going to come back to it later. Next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to take an onion and we're going to chop it. I do cheat just a little bit. I cut my onion down the middle and then I go ahead and I cut it again into fourths. And once that's done, I stop doing all the hard work and I get my slap chop. I don't know if anybody else has these, but I use it all the time. It's my favorite. It's really loud, but it's a fast and less messy way for me to get all my onions chopped up. And after you have that whole onion chopped, you're gonna go and get some garlic. I use about 4 cloves minced up and put some olive oil back into that skillet or Dutch oven. Just a reminder, do not wash it. You want to leave all that extra ground beef goodness that was left in there. Throw your garlic in, throw that onion in, and you're going to cook that, I'd say, for about 5 minutes. These are all the seasonings we're going to be using: parsley, chili powder, ground cumin, cayenne, oregano, salt, and black pepper. Not shown is we're going to be using some sugar too. You're going to be using 1/4 a cup of that parsley. And you're going to mix that in with the garlic and onion. You're going to cook that, like I said, for about 5 minutes or until you start really smelling that onion and it's getting really soft. Once that's done, add your chili powder, which is 3 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. Lastly, it's going to be 1/4 a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Mix all that together. Get everything off the sides. You don't want anything left behind. It's going to start smelling really good. Once it's all mixed up, put that meat back into the pot and get every bit of that meat covered with that seasoning mixture. And this is exactly how it should look once it's all mixed up. And the easiest part is you're going to be using tomato juice. I put in 46 ounces, which is just a regular container of tomato juice. Dump it all in there. Next is a regular can of tomato sauce. So that's 15 ounces. Kidney beans. I like to use 2 cans of kidney beans because we like extra, but the recipe only calls for 1 kidney bean can. So it's all personal preference, really. And then 1 can of pinto beans. And lastly, a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Once that's all in there, mix it up. You have to be careful if you're using a pot like mine because it was pretty full at this point. Once that's all mixed, you're going to be cooking that on the stove for about 2 hours, and that's it. I love this recipe, and I always think it's funny that people don't realize that when they want to use a packet for chili, it's just so easy to make it from scratch. You have most of those seasonings at home anyways, and it tastes so much better. I make it pretty consistently for my family. Everybody loves it. The kids, my husband, we eat it for like 2 or 3 days straight. You can add some extra chili flakes if you want it more spicy, sour cream cheese, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. Thank you.